Hello ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to a survival show special. I told you guys I'm going to be focusing more on individual games that are coming, updates to the biggest and best, rather than trying to cover it all in just one video. And today it's the turn of Smalland, a brand new development diary. In fact, they've been doing this with regularity, so you absolutely check out their YouTube channel and join their Discord. Links will be in the comment section. If you don't know what Smalland is, it is a game where you are a small elf, maybe little tiny creature, humanoid, where you're surviving in a huge forest, big gardens and maybe even backyards against creatures. You'll be utilising them though, you'll be taming some of them, you'll be setting up factions, there's going to be story, there's going to be building, there's going to be crafting, all the usual shenanigans from what you kind of expect in a lot of open world survival sandbox games. Smalland's had a bit of a rocky road with development, but they are absolutely doing it in the right way in the last year, and I'm really happy that they're going in the right direction. Got brand new gameplay footage today, very early footage, so I'm going to cover that and showcase it a little bit and talk about why Smalland does need to make some changes to its Steam store and stuff like that. But I'm pretty impressed with the early footage. Bearing in mind it is early alpha, guys. It's not going to reflect what it looks like. But we're going to cover that stuff and just a little bit more about Smallands just in case you missed out. And hopefully we'll get some more exclusives from them, like when they sent me some exclusive artwork of the armors. So let's go anyhow. So in their most recent dev diary, they've actually got some gameplay footage, not just taking a look at some stills like in this one, but this armor I think I haven't actually shown you off properly since the first reveal, and it gives a bit of a more glimpse look at all of them together, and I really like it. It's a really cool style, really different, really different compared to something that it's going to get compared to a lot of, which is grounded. This has definitely got a more fantastical, more fairy feel to it, sort of that fantasy high garden sort of stuff. Absolutely love it. This is all like bee armor and wasp armor and stuff like that. So really cool stuff. But they are starting to show off more and more of the game, obviously in alpha. So let's take a look at what they've been working on recently. The lead designer, Kev Harris, is going to be taking you through this. I will leave the link for the whole video so you can hear him actually speak and go over the footage. But we're just going to briefly cover it a little bit. So this obviously is not final gameplay. I know it's a bit of a risk showing this kind of stuff because some people will instantly go, ugh, this game's horrible. Some people don't realise that there are placeholders and it's just all part of the process of making a game. Sometimes it looks, not completely done, and obviously it isn't. But as it goes, I don't think this is that bad. I actually quite like the models of the character. I think the bee model, the wasp model here, is pretty cool. I like the animation. I think it's pretty decent. And the environment, you get a scope. This is what this video is going to do today. It's going to really show you how big the worlds could be in Smalland, how much you will be exploring and what kind of things you'll be exploring. It's not going to be just woodlands and streams and little forests. It is going to be maybe backyards, maybe parks, maybe dinner sets on a table, just to show off the kind of scale. And there is something to do with the story and how it'll all blend together. But again, go and watch the full video to hear the developers' thoughts on that. But you've got a drain system here, and again, it's all really unfinished, but we do get a good look at the glider. So very early alpha gameplay. They have said they're hoping to release this game into early access in 2021 on PC, and then if it goes well, then obviously they'll think about consoles in the future. But yeah, I just like it. I think it gives a sense of what to expect. The world is pretty large. They've got other creatures that we've seen in games like Grounded, like Ladybug, obviously, because it's a common garden insect, but very useful for really kind of visualizing what the world could be like. And remember, it's going to be your maybe sort of typical survival game. You'll be able to craft, you'll be able to build, you'll be able to fight creatures, you'll be able to tame and ride some of them as well. But there is a little bit more of a unique story about these sort of underground like race that have pretty much lived underground for a long time, and now they're emerging into the world for the first time. So yeah, really like it. And hopefully this will be the first of many, and in future we can maybe do something with the developers and get a Q&A or some sort of interview going. So as I mentioned, some stuff maybe needs to be changed. Like they've got an old trailer that was worked on by the very first development team in charge of Smallands. And pretty much the trailer that they made all them years ago, it kind of really wasn't representative of the gameplay that was there at all. A lot of it was kind of superimposed, or it was just created in an engine maker as a trailer rather than actual proper gameplay. As far as I'm aware, they had lots of problems with their original development, but they sold their ideas. They sold literally Smalland the idea of the game to Merge Games, and they've been in charge for the last 18 months, so they're the ones that have taken this project forward, and it's probably a good thing. But yeah, it still evokes feelings of what you might want in the survival game, but it will be different. Since the change over, it has ramped up, development has gone a little bit quicker, we're starting to see more and more actual stuff, and that's why I really love the fact they showed gameplay. Even in an early alpha state, it says to me that they're actually serious about this, and it isn't just a case of drumming up sort of a vaporware, or maybe not necessarily showing the true story. So yeah, great stuff, but it does mean that a lot of the screenshots, a lot of the maybe conceptual art and the stuff that was shown off at the very beginning, it maybe isn't going to be representative of the final look. It is definitely more like a placeholder. So that begs the question, they should probably get rid of all of this stuff and start just showing what they're working on now. I mean, some stuff I'm sure might change. A lot of this might have been assets that they've just got from the Unreal store, and so that kind of thing doesn't change. Effectively, what the old Smalland trailer showed was maybe a cutesy, maybe more younger looking world, more simplistic art. What the new trailer shown is a little bit more realistic, a little bit more gritty, but still fantastical. The armors are much more detailed than they were in the first trailer. The actual assets look proper. Hence the big difference between making a game trailer where you don't really have a game, and then actually having a game where you're actually basing the trailer on actual footage that you've recorded that is actually running. There's a whole host of things going in Smalland that are really exciting, like factions and tames and creatures and all sorts. But yeah, if they don't start actually changing, transitioning over expectations a little bit, they may come to a point where there will be an outcry over what kind of Smalland's game people are expecting. And yeah, we all know trailers change, but it's just what people are like. Otherwise, people are going to start transfixing on this kind of stuff, and they will be like, why doesn't it look like this? Where is the gameplay trailer that I saw 4 years ago? Why does not the game look like that? And we all know trailers are BS at most times anyway. How often have you watched a trailer and seen the actual game being downscaled, the performance isn't right there, or there's just certain things just really not there at all? So I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but I just think it's time that the new stuff should be the focus, and they should maybe really focus on getting some lovely screenshots of some of the world and design they've already got, as they have got their brand new trailer that they've worked on. As I mentioned, the scope looks good. I like the mix and blends between going between sort of more darker, more uninhabited areas, and then actually having that human element in there, like the backyards or like this bridge or buildings, etc. This also shows something very different to games like Grounded, which obviously it's going to be compared to a lot, even though Smalland was in development way beforehand. But yeah, I really like it. I really like the blend stuff. Grounded's great, but it just doesn't have enough content, enough meta to keep people playing. There's new content every month, but it only lasts a little while. Hence why I don't cover Grounded on a daily or even weekly basis anymore. I mean, their updates are great, but they generally don't last that long. Their people are still looking for something extra to keep them playing Grounded for longer. And Smalland hopefully will be able to have that, because it will have taming, it will have riding creatures, and yeah, that kind of stuff keeps players busy. But absolutely a game for the future. If they get this right, if they keep refining it and maybe start upscaling as well and getting some more people on board, I definitely feel like the Smalland's got a small chance of making it big in 2021, 2022. So yeah, let me know what you think. What do you like about the footage shown today? Is this all new to you at all? You should definitely check out the rest of the videos and join the Discord for Smalland, which I'll also leave in the comments section. And yeah, if you want to see more about this, absolutely like the video and let me know. Until next time, Ratbags, I'll see you later.